Do you remember Gaming for Hope or Gaming for Hope? Uh, Great start. Because I was thinking about his challenge for becoming a pro. I remember watching it and being like, "Oh, that's lofty, but hell yeah, brother, run it." But after digging around for a bit, I saw the video that he quit his journey after 2 years. I'm just like, damn. I mean, expected. It is what it is, but like, damn. You know, like I was kind of curious how far he actually went. And so I was like, okay, maybe he got like top 500, but like getting into pro was like too hard. It's like, nope, not top 500. And I was like, champion? Nope, not champion. I was like, well, okay, grandmaster, good company to be in. Pretty hard to get into. I think very rarely do people get into grandmaster. Nope. Master? I mean, I guess the game got harder, you know? Just two ranks above where he started? But fair. Like, maybe the Overwatch population was just getting better and better as the years progressed. Nope. Diamond? Like, good lord. Every player must be cracked now if you can't get better than that. Absolutely not. He ended the 2-year journey where he began. He was a plat player for 2 years and has allegedly invested $3,000 into coaching. How the fuck? I was so profoundly dumbfounded that I wanted to investigate how someone with such aspirations and apparent coaching sessions would stay the same rank. So I watched a lot of his matches, a lot of the videos that he posted himself, live streams of his, clips from other people, and like how he played throughout the journey. I'll get the elephant out of the room. His mental is absolutely terrible for this. I don't even know where to start because it's like there's multiple aspects of his mentality that kind of honestly fucked his chances. So let's see, like the first thing that comes up is he has an uncanny ability to find literally the exact right thing to say that would absolve him of criticism. Not in a way that made sense, mind you, but to him, in his head, he had the grand ability to be able to offload any criticism or potential growth onto other players. I don't get it because that line of thinking invalidates your personal fault because, oh, X is not playing well or Y is doing this. And it's like, oh, well, my teammates. And the second you say that, it doesn't matter what fault you give yourself. You put that below whatever mistake that your teammate is making. And that's really silly when you yourself are like the perfect child and everyone around you makes mistakes. I don't get it. It's so bizarre to me. However, what I actually think is the most damaging for his ability to climb was actually that he has a conception of the game that is not correct. Like, he believes that he understands the game at a high level, but in reality, that's not true. And he makes assertions that are provably false. Very provably false. If he just took a step back and like scanned the situation, totally would have understood anything that was going on. I don't get it. I think the easiest thing, like if he wanted to climb today and like actually get better, the first thing that he has to say, like unprompted, is, I don't know what I'm doing. He has to say that. And I know that that would be hard because he's just going to get flamed and probably lose a lot of like people. Because the second he takes accountability, all the trolls are going to leave him alone. And so like he'll lose like the money that he's getting probably. So I understand why he doesn't, but if he wants to grow, he has to. Oh my God. Those are the two things that I think are really bad. A couple of other things I've noticed is that like his mechanics are like really bad. Watching him play, he's very slow and methodical, which is not necessarily great in a high octane hero shooter like Overwatch. Tend to be a little quicker. So that's a little rough. He doesn't have a good sense of like his role. So like it feels to me that he doesn't know what a tank is supposed to do, but that's a lot more dynamic and kind of harder to grasp. So I'll give a little bit of a slide, though you were trying to become a professional player. That's something that should have crossed your mind. He gets distracted very easily and hyperfixates on just like stuff he hates about the game, which is so counterproductive. Like, why would you even like put yourself through that? All you're gonna do is make yourself mad. It's so bizarre. So why am I throwing my hat in the ring? Because I'm doing this because I want to actually be a case study. I want to see if someone like myself could attempt a similar challenge relatively. I'm not aiming to be a professional player. That's silly. But I want to see if I can push myself to hit like a high rank that like any player can hit. Like with the right mentality, the right training, and the right like mindset going into it. I'm curious like what would happen to me if I would get stuck like him, or if I would push past barriers. Likely, I'll probably push past like barriers and be able to see mistakes and improve on them a lot better than being stubborn. But hey, you never know until you try, right? So here's how we're going to do that. Firstly, I'm going to calibrate where I think I'm going to be starting from. Because I haven't played Overwatch like since Overwatch 1. When like, especially competitively, since Brig was meta. Like when Brig first came out. So it's been a while, so I'm definitely a lot more washed. I will say that I was a diamond level support. I was Brig though. Again, definitely carried by a busted character. Take that with a grain of salt. Though I do want to give a disclaimer. Comparatively to Gaming for Hope, I actually have high rank success in other games. For example, I was Ancient 5 in Dota 2, Immortal 3 in Valorant. So like I kind of know what it takes to get to the high ranks of a game. So maybe that perspective and that mechanical advantage that I'm likely to have will come into play. So I'm not like delusional in saying that like, okay, I'm a fresh gamer. I can beat them no matter what. That's certainly not true. 100% not true. And so I can't say that it's like fresh, like zero. But again, his challenge wasn't fresh either. He started from plat, so he had some baseline and just didn't develop the skills to be better. So maybe it's comparable, but who knows? Maybe I'll actually just like fly past him. Okay, and so the second thing that we would do is actually have a system in place to get better, because like just playing games and like VOD reviewing on occasion just isn't going to cut it. Because like, I mean, you can do that. Absolutely can do that, but I think there's a better way, especially if your goal is to push for like a higher rank. I think if you're casually playing the game, that's totally fine, but I should have something a little bit more intentional. And so what I want to do is, so the first day of the week, I would say after the calibration, let's say that's probably like a month of just playing, no excess information, no guides, no coaching, no nothing, just no excess whatever. For like the first month, play the game, just enjoy the game, have fun, see what happens. Then afterwards, first day of the week, watch replay of myself. I'm gonna watch a replay of myself. Just watch it. Don't make it. I'm not gonna try to make assertions because I don't know what I'm doing. We'll watch first and then compare that to a high level player of the same character, ideally on the same map, but we'll see what I get. I don't know how popular Soldier is, so we'll see what happens there. I would try to emulate an aspect of what the pro was doing, because like I'm going to have like legitimately no idea how to play the game. So I want to be as just focused on what I see rather than trying to interpret why something is strong at the like beginning stages. And then just play a ton of matches. Like do that study bit and then play the game. Don't worry about overcomplicating everything. Just play the game. See what happens. And then every other day, we'll watch a replay from the previous day, take note, like, okay, am I kind of emulating what the pro is doing? Am I experimenting on something? How's that going? Is this going to be good? Is it not good? I say, like, if I'm going to experiment with, like, a certain idea or aspect of the game, I'd want to keep that, like, minimum, like, 100 games, like a strong sample size, so I know that, like, okay, on average, this is probably not a good play, and then on average, is a good play. Now, I want to have that level of distinction between whether or not something is good or bad without like being very like gut reaction, like, ooh, I died, therefore it's bad. Like, I don't want to think like that. But yeah, that'll be the kind of practice sessions going forward. And this works only if like two things are true. One, I have to love playing the game. If I don't enjoy the process, there is no way I commit to this long term. Because that's actually the second thing, is like to have a lot of consistency. To be able to do this like multiple times a day. Well, not multiple times a day. I wouldn't do multiple sessions, but like 2 to 3 hours daily, instead of just like, oh, on the weekend. I play like once or twice on the weekends, you know? Just seems like a lot more sustainable if I'm doing it over the like consistently over a long period of time than just like trying to burst through games on like Saturday and Sunday. But here's a little bit of like the guidelines I want to follow, because technically this is a challenge, so I'll kind of treat it as such. So I want to be having fun first and foremost. I'm going to reiterate that until the cows come home. The game, first and foremost, should be fun. That should be true for legitimately every single game in existence. Like, that's the point of entertainment, is for it to be fun. If it is not fun, something has gone awry, and we got to fix that. The second thing is I want to be able to just focus and intentionally play without distraction. So unlike Gaming for Hope, who reads chats in between his games, like when he dies, he'll look at chat and talk about it. I'm going to ignore you until the game is over. Like, full stop. I will ignore everything anyone says until I'm done here. The game is over. I can finally like engage with you. So I'm a case study first, entertainer streamer second. All right. I want to just not blame teammates. I think it's a waste of time personally. I don't know why I even wrote this as like a note. I don't like blaming teammates because it's like, I can't control them. Like, what's the point? Maybe I'll cope if like a game is really hard because like they're just not pulling their weight. Or if there's like a DC, like it is what it is. Just kind of accept that it happens to everyone. Like, I'm not super pressed about it. It is, I don't care. Getting mad over like what my teammates are doing just feels like a waste of my like emotional energy. So I'd rather just chill, be laid back, and have fun. I also don't want to critique myself during the game. Like, analyzing the game while you're playing feels kind of ass backwards because you're looking at it through a microscopic lens that like is being looked through a microscopic lens. So like, you're playing the game, you don't have the additional brain power to like analyze and identify like patterns and looking at stuff, and like it's just a mess. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna have fun, enjoy the game while I'm playing, save the like analysis and like data statistics type shit to happen afterwards. All right. And unlike Gaming for Hope, who plays tank, I thought about playing tank as like, other roles are easier than tank. Tank is harder. I just want to avoid the conversation entirely because like I don't like playing tank. So I'm just gonna play DPS. I like shooting things like in the face, dealing big damage. It's in my blood, it's in my veins. I love it in games like this. It's just, that's what I find enjoyable. Particularly be hit scan DPS. I know I mentioned Soldier at first, but also Cassidy, Sojourn. I'm sure like other ones will appear on the list down the line, but those are kind of the three that I'm thinking about for the challenge. Let's see, anything else on the list? Yeah. I will not be playing with Smurfs. I intentionally, of course, like I can't stop if a random Smurf gets in my lobby and just starts terrorizing. I think it ruins the point of getting better if you need an external assistance like that, especially one that is unfair to the rest of the lobby. So I'm definitely not going to approach the game with the mindset of like, okay, the rank is all that matters. No, it's the skill like underneath the rank that matters more. I also will not be using coaching, especially paid coaching. I have like a whole rant I have in my back pocket for a rainy day on why I think coaching for like for getting like paid coaching is like bad. I'll save that for another time. That could be a whole video in its own right. I'll just hold on to it. But I want this journey to specifically be doable without external interference. So like, I don't want somebody to tell me what a good play is. I want to be able to determine that for myself through trial and error. But with that out of the way, that's the challenge. I'll ideally be streaming this process every day from 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the change. Could be more on the weekends. Who knows? I don't really have anything like super detailed about the time for it. But that'll be at twitch.tv/BriggyNinja4. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day and stay happy. See you.